Hi guys, in this episode of Radio K, I'm gonna be finally checking out the second half of the Kingdom Legendary War Groups' final songs, those being each one's teams, SF9, The Boyz, IKON, and their songs Believer, Kingdom Come, and At Ease, respectively. And after checking out 80s Stray Kids and B2B songs and being blown away by how good those songs are, I am definitely excited to see how much I'm gonna like these songs. But I'm also a little bit worried that the biggest reason why I liked 80s Stray Kids and B2B songs was because I'm into these groups already a lot. Like they're some of my favorite groups, you know. And SF9, The Boyz, and IKON are not. Not that I hate them. I actually enjoy them occasionally, but again, it's like hit or miss with me when it comes to these groups. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't when it comes to their songs. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna like them, but there's only one way to find out. So without further ado, let's just get into it, starting off with SF9's Believer in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're off to a good start for sure. For reference, SF9's my favorite song of SF9's is probably Enough. So this song has to compete with that. Definitely feels epic, just like the last three songs. I definitely like this more than your average SF9 title track, that's for sure.
누군가는 내가 바랬던 것들이 지금 일어나는데 I don't think so. 어느 날 우리가 예전처럼 함께할 때 그때 내게 yeah 아직까지도 네가 나를 꼭 생각하기를 바랄게 네가 없인 네 자리에선 나도 없어
This is definitely up there for me for SF9. It's definitely top 5. Probably top 2 as well. I don't think it's better than Enough, but it's probably the second best song of theirs in my opinion. But I still gotta say that there's definitely a bit of bias from me. Like the fact that I already really liked Stray Kids 80s and B2B definitely amplified how good the songs were. Because like I really am enjoying this one, but I'm not mind blown by it. It just makes me think about why is their music not always this good, you know? But I do enjoy it a lot. Okay. So yeah, this one is another good one. Like, why are all these Kingdom songs so damn good? I don't get it. Why do they not always make them this good? What is so special about Kingdom that they've decided to now put like 200% of effort into the songs. And like, yeah, I don't know how much they work on the songs they usually release, and it's not like the songs that usually SF9 release are bad or anything. They're not. But like, this one, I am loving it. It appeals to me, and I'm loving it. But most of their songs, more often than not, do not appeal to me, and I don't know why. Like SF9's Drama, I think is the most recent song of theirs that I checked out, and it ended up growing on me actually quite a lot. But at first, it just bothered me because it it wasn't that enjoyable to me. I feel like I even said so in the reaction. But this, I'm loving this. It was good, it was catchy, it was impactful, it was epic. Why do they not do more like this? With this kind of vibe. I don't get it. And I'm not talking even about how the song sounds. I'm not talking about them doing like darker or edgier stuff or whatever. I'm just talking about doing songs that feel high quality and epic. I don't understand why. Like, at least for groups like 80s and Stray Kids and B2B, the kind of impact that those songs of theirs that I checked out gave me, it's a thing that they've given me many times before with other songs, you know? Like for 80s' Do Rio, I could compare it to 80s' Inception. For Stray Kids' Wolfgang, I could compare it to The Tortoise and the Hare. For B2B's Show Improve, I could compare it to I'll Be Your Man, I guess. But for SF9, I mean, in vibe, it feels kind of similar to Enough, but and in impact is pretty much as impactful as Enough. But again, that is not a common thing. That is like one song of theirs that I could compare it to like that. For Stray Kids and 80s and B2B, there are many that have a decent level or very close level of impact as these Kingdom songs. But for SF9, it doesn't, and that's kind of why it bothers me. And I'm sorry if I'm going for a little bit more of a negative take for these three songs. I'm not hating on these groups or anything. I guess I just don't have the bias for them as I do for Stray Kids and 80s, and I fully understand and admit that. And if you hate that, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm biased. And like I said, I like this song. I think it's actually really good, and it's straight up already like one of my favorite SF9 songs. But it just bothers me that they're not always this good when they clearly can be, you know? And in terms of a rating for this one, I mean, if we're talking in terms of just SF9 songs, it's a 10 out of 10. Like I said, it's one of their best songs already. I love it. I love everything about it. There's no bad part of the song. But if we're talking about more general stuff, it's probably closer to a 9.4 out of 10. That's kind of how the song feels, so I guess that's what we're gonna go with. And yeah, I don't really feel like this song needs a second listen. Not because it's bad, like I said, I enjoyed it quite a lot. But I'm already tired and I'm a little bit burnt out because I ended up reacting to much more songs today than I was anticipating and probably should have. And two, I don't really think I missed anything, and I don't want to just be spending like 3 minutes just staring at the screen and not saying anything. I don't really have anything else to add to it, so we're just gonna move on to the next one. That being the Boyz' Kingdom Come, and let's see how good that one is gonna be in 3, 2, 1. Man, all these songs start off so epically. I love it. And again, one of the best songs of the groups that released the song. Like, why don't these groups not release these kind of epic songs all the time, dude? It feels like such a wasted opportunity. Okay, this one is gonna get a second listen for sure. Like, this is so much better than your average The Boyz song. And I'm sorry if you enjoy the average The Boyz song. This is just how I personally feel about it, dude. And it's not like I hate them, I just don't like your average The Boyz song. They do not appeal to me. But this is awesome, this is epic, this is sophisticated, it feels awesome, and I'm enjoying it. Like, this feels higher quality to me. Like, this straight up might be my favorite The Boyz song. Until this point, it was Tattoo, but this is giving Tattoo a run for its money, dude. And also good high notes. Man, this chorus slaps. I wish all these songs from Kingdom got their own music videos. That would be dope. Oh man, why, just why? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate The Boyz' usual songs. Like I said, I don't hate their style or their concept or whatever you want to call it. I don't hate it, but I've struggled with liking it right off their debut. Like, when I reacted to like all of their music videos that were out at the time, they just kind of didn't grab me, and afterwards they started grabbing me. But even then, after that, it's been mostly hit and miss. Sometimes it's gonna be good, sometimes I'm gonna like it, and sometimes I'm gonna be hating it, you know? With their best songs for me being their most recent one, which name I forgot, and Tattoo, as well as Trio Ride, I guess. But Tattoo is definitely the one that I've listened to the most from them. And I've been sad that they haven't released anything else since. And this is the closest thing to Tattoo that they've released. And I fucking love it. It's so good. It feels so much more sophisticated. And it gave me a certain feeling, which, if you've seen my reactions to the comebacks from in 2022 that have happened in the first like 2 weeks of January, you would know that for 2022 I've started to experience, I feel like K-pop songs in 2022 have changed. They have gone back to how they used to be back in like 2018 at the latest. Because like, I 100% think that there was a change in how K-pop sounded like and was produced in 2019, 2020, 2021. It just didn't sound the same. It just didn't have the same spark that it once had. But in 2022, it seems like it's regaining that spark. And again, that might be just my personal experience. I might be completely wrong and nobody else is experiencing the same feeling. That's why I'm asking you to comment down below whether you agree. And hear me out, I'm gonna get to the point that I'm trying to make. So I feel like in 2022, K-pop songs are regaining some of that spark and sophistication that they've lost in the last 3 years. And this song, even though it was released in 2021, gives me the same feeling. It kind of reminds me of how cool and how much with depth K-pop songs used to sound like in like 2016, 2017, 2018. For whatever reason, a lot of K-pop kind of lost that depth in like 2019, 2020, and 2021. It's not that we didn't have many good songs, but the songs just lost that depth and spark. And this song reminds me of that. Like, this song sounds like something that you would have heard from BAP or BTS or, I don't know, any fucking boy group back in 2018. And that's kind of why I love it, because it reminds me of that. It harkens back to that. And I want more of it. Okay? I want more of it. And I don't understand what recreated the spark in K-pop. Maybe again, it's just my personal spark and relationship that I have with K-pop kind of reinvigorating, which is why I guess I'm more into these kind of songs. But still, man, I love this song. Ultimately, that's kind of my point with this. I love this song and I want more of it. Man, I don't know. I'm just frustrated because I like these songs, but the groups from which they're coming from, rarely do they release as good as songs as this, you know? It's more about the frustration that this kind of proves to me that they can release good songs that I like, but for whatever reason they don't. Which I guess, they don't have to appeal to me and release songs that I like. But again, you can also understand my frustration with them not doing that. And again, I'm sorry that I'm going for a more negative look. It's not like I intentionally plan to like hate on these groups or anything, especially compared to how different my reaction is compared to the groups that I'm already into. But again, that is kind of the point. Because I wouldn't mind being into these groups as much as I am into 80s, Stray Kids and B2B. But because the general songs that they release do not appeal to me, and hearing these good songs that do appeal to me just frustrates me more, you know? But yeah, let's get into the last song out of these three, that being Icons at Ease in 3, 2, 1.
Rude boy. Let's go. Endorphin energy running deep in my brain, to my throat. Let's go. IKON make it blow. 집 비비 친구들아 우리 밤만에 두겨줄 텐데. 포즈 잡아 내가 알려줄 테니까. 하는 건 하기나 해. 남의 가담이나 해. 아니면 come here you up in my bag. Boss me 넘어들게. 손잡이 꽉 잡아 bro. 뭐까지 다 숫자 bro. Let me breathe. Looking like a ball.
Okay, this might be the one song that I don't like out of these. It all depends on the chorus. But it's definitely nowhere near my favorite song of Icons.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not my thing. For those curious which Icon song is my favorite, I believe it was called Dive. I think I even reacted to like the whole album back in early 2020. Yeah, this one is just not doing it for me. This one doesn't feel as epic and as like a ending song for Kingdom. It feels more like a B-side, honestly.
가지고 차량을 주셔 차량을 주셔 느려 터져가지고 차량을 주셔 차량을 주셔
Okay. I mean, what can I say, really? I guess, at the very least, what I can say is, if you're an IKON fan and you watch this reaction hoping that I'm gonna be really into this song, I'm sorry to disappoint, I don't like it. Like, again, I'm genuinely sorry that I don't like it. I wanted to like it, but, again, like I said, it doesn't feel like an epic song for the end of Kingdom like the other 5 songs. It just feels like kinda another B-side, and from the one album of Icons that I've checked out, their B-sides for me are not that strong. And even then, even the title tracks like could be hit or miss, but also Icon comes back like once a year. So it's not like I have much of a point of comparison when it comes to their title tracks. Because like literally the last song of theirs that I remember reacting to was Dive. And I loved it. It was one of my favorite songs, I think, of that year. But still, this one just feels like a B-side. And that is severely disappointing compared to the other ones. Because like SF9's Believer, as I said, is 9.4 out of 10. The Boyz' Kingdom Come, I think I forgot to give a rating to, but if you ask me now, it would be like a 10 out of 10. And this one, honestly, it's so disappointing. I would go as far down as a 7.4 out of 10. Maybe 7.3 even. I don't know. It just doesn't sound catchy. Doesn't sound cohesive. A little bit too much rapping. And it just doesn't have the epic feeling that the other songs have. Again, I'm not hating on IKON. I don't think they're bad. I think they're at a shitty company, but I don't think the group is bad. And I definitely want to like them, and there's definitely some of theirs that I like a lot, but this is definitely not one of them, which I'm sorry about, but what can you do? So overall, out of these Kingdom songs, honestly I would say I should have reacted to this sooner. I definitely should have put it off this long, but we got 5 really good songs to being added to my playlist, which I'm happy about. But yeah, what did you guys think about these 3 songs? Comment down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 2 patrons on Patreon, Omar Bridgman and Deadpool. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me and continue to support me for such a long time. And I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that, because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything. And that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say.
And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!